Hello, my name is Tony Kempson, and I am a technology instructor here at the Ultimate Medical Academy. And today I will be conducting a tutorial on how to use the Insert tab and the groups associated with it. So let's get started. Let's advance our slide. Today, this is what we're going to preview. This is our agenda. We're going to talk about the Insert tab and its groups. We're going to insert an image. We're going to insert a shape, some smart art, a chart, and a table. We're going to insert a text box. We're going to show you how to do some text wrapping, and we're going to insert a hyperlink. And finally, we'll have a summary to show you what you did today. So let's get started with the link. Not with the link, with the insert tab. So the insert tab is one of the tabs, as you notice up here on the ribbon. The insert tab has all these different groups associated with it. Now, you'll see I pointed with the yellow of the things we're going to do today: the table, pictures, shapes, some smart art, a chart. I didn't point to the little hyperlink, but we're going to do it. This is a symbol for a hyperlink, and a text box, and maybe a little word art. But everything circled in purple down here are the groups. Page groups will let you insert a cover page, a page break. Tables will just do that. Illustrations, well, that's what I use to put these arrows in there with. Okay, content from a different folder or file. You can do some add-ins from the internet. Media are hyperlinks, which are other links that we can use. You can add a comment to the document. Some of you probably have had comments from your professors or instructors in your Word documents. Your headers and footers, that's going to be discussed in another tutorial. And then text allows you to do things with text and symbols on the end. Okay, that is the Insert tab on the ribbon, on the Microsoft Word ribbon. Let's keep it moving and see what's next. Look at that handsome guy right there. Okay, we're going to insert this image. Now, let me explain to you how this is going to work. Now, this is in my PowerPoint, but what we're going to do is I'm going to open up a fictional essay document that I was working on. Notice the theory, the theory of medical evolution and product labeling, right? It's fictional. It's just for the purposes of this training. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert this image, and then we're going to talk about how we can manipulate it. So the first thing you got to do is go to the Insert tab. We're going to click the Insert tab up here. Notice in the illustrations group, pictures, shapes. We're going to be working these, but right now we're going to do images. So when you click on a picture, it'll give you the option: an image from this device, stock images from premium content, and or online pictures. Okay, notice how when I just hover over it and don't click it, it'll tell you what it is. So we're just going to go to this device. I'm going to find that picture, highlight it, insert it, and it shows up big and bright and beautiful colors right there. So what we're going to do, that's a little big for my taste. Notice that this little half moon came up here, which if you click it, it gives you page layout options. I'm going to come back to that in just a second, but I want to go over a couple of things about this. Notice how when I click away from it, I click somewhere up here, it's just the image is just there by itself. But if I click in the image, you'll notice that these handles show up, these little handles all around. That lets you know that this image, or whatever you have, like a document, or not a document, but a object, has been selected. So now this is active. You can do things with it. So that's why this layout options came up. You you click it, and right now it's in line with the text. So if I try to move it, watch what happens. You know, you can move it by grabbing it you can grab it on the sides or up here to grab it, but you got to get the little four arrows. Once you get that, hold your left button down and try to move it. See, nothing happens. You see that? It'll move, but it won't move with it. It'll show like that. And there's limited things you can do. So I want this to move with my text. Now, this is text wrapping, so we'll go over that now. So you'll see it, and then we'll show you a little bit more later. So I'm going to click square. It's going to automatically move with text. So now I'll close this. Now watch what happens. If I grab it, I can move it. Look at those lines that show up. Those are your alignment lines. It lets me know that I'm in the center and I'm justified left and right. But I'm going to resize this. So I'm going to grab it on the corners. Now, the important thing to notice about the corners, if you grab it on the corners, it will increase or decrease proportionately. Look, the proportions don't change. It just goes proportionately. If you try to do it on either the sides or the top, it won't be proportionate. It'll stretch it to the side or to stretch it up and down. I don't want that. My head is big enough already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, right? And then I'm going to bring it up here. Now notice I said move with text. Watch what happens. I'm going to grab it and look at the text. It moves, right? I'm going to move this up a little bit. Boom. It moves. I want to do it a little bit kind of artsy. So I'm going to put it in the middle. Look at that. So I put it in the middle. Now the center still goes through, but it's in the middle. Click away, and now there it is. Let me bring it over some. Let me line it up in the middle. There are my lines. See it now? So now I'm gonna click away. That's what we just did. So we have just inserted an image. So let's keep it moving, and we're gonna go ahead and insert some new things. How about inserting some shapes, some smart art, charts, and tables? And these are examples of each. All right, and I've put an arrow using illustrations to each one. So let's go get into them. I'm going to open up our document again, our fictional essay. Now, look at this. Let's go up here to insert again. And the first thing was what? Shapes. Let's bring a shape in. I'm a happy kind of guy, so I'm going to put in a smiley face. Now, notice once I click this shape, unlike when I clicked the image, the picture, it didn't insert right away, but I did see a big plus sign on my mouse. So I might, wherever this goes, this is where I can put it. So I'm going to hold the left button down and then drag it. See how it happened? I'm dragging it. I can drag it up. I can drag it down. I can make it like this. So wherever I stop is whenever I let my mouse key go, that's where it's going to go. There's that layout options again. I can do it, but I'm going to leave it like this. So now, and if sometimes when you see that, you can change the orientation. See, now he's a sad face, but I'm happy. So I'm staying happy. Okay. So now I'm going to grab him and I'm going to move him up here just for that. Click away, and there he is, right? Blue shirt, just like mine. Now, the next thing we're going to do some smart art. Let's go to smart art. Go back up here to insert, go to smart art, and let's do a cycle. You can choose any categories, lists, process, and these are good for when you want to do show a cycle or process, something like that, it'll show. So I'm going to show a cycle. And I like click cycle, choose which one I want. I like this one. I'm going to click OK. Now watch what happens. It's going to put it in there, but it's going to give you the option to put text as well. So I'm just going to put write, R-I-G-H-T, right? And then I'm going to click X. Now, again, this is big, but we want to resize this. So I'm going to bring it down in the corners. I don't want to use these because it stretches them out. I want to use that. So I'm going to bring it, and let's just bring this one. Oh, see, it didn't move. So I got to bring it down here to movie text. Click OK, or just click away. Now I'll be able to move it. Let's bring it down here, right here, to make room for what we're going to do next. Now, you click away and the guidelines and everything goes away. The next thing we're going to do is some smart art. Now, this smart art is really smart. Check it out. Insert smart art. I'm sorry, not smart. That was smart art right there. We're going to do a chart. Okay, we're going to do a chart. Now, when you do charts, charts are associated with data. And data, when you're using data, data is associated with using Excel spreadsheets. You don't have to open an Excel spreadsheet because it's already attached. Watch what happens. I'm going to click this pie chart. I like a pie and I want a 3D pie chart. So it's always going to give you options. So I click pie. Now up here is the type of pie chart I want. I want a 3D pie chart. I'm going to click OK. Now watch, it's going to show up big along with the Excel spreadsheet. This is getting really deep, so I'm not going to go into changing any data. I'm just going to close it. But in the future, if you need to, you can manipulate this data to change the size of the pie chart. I'm just going to close it. Here's our thing again. I'm going to, our layout options, move with text again, close it, and then we're going to shape it, bring it down, and then we're going to move it up. We're going to bring it down, make it a little smaller. There it is. Bring it up now, put it right there. There you go. We just put in some chart. Finally, let's do a table. This is probably the easiest thing you got to do. Insert, right below insert is table. If you click on that and click it, watch what happens. You can, I'm not even pressing anything. Just hold your mouse over the top, hover. Let's say I want a 3x3. So I want 3 over, 3 down. Once I do that, just click it. See what it did? It put it in there. Now, it's not going to give you the same, because this is a table, it's not going to give you the same options as you had as the layout, but you still can manipulate it. Watch this. I want to make the cells a little smaller. I got to put my mouse right here, hold the left button down. See how it went a left arrow and a right arrow? Bring it over, right? Let me get it. Let me get it here, bring it over, boom. Maybe the same thing over here. Bring it over, bring this over. Now I made it smaller. And you can add text into these things. Okay, so we just added a table. So we did an image, we did a table, we did smart art, a chart, and we did a shape. Okay, now let's keep it moving. So what we're going to do, we just did these things, right? So the next thing we're going to do is a text box. Now, this is pretty cool, guys. This is a text box. You can create it as big or small as you like. All you have to do is adjust it. Now, in the PowerPoint, you can't really see the text box, but we're going to insert a text box here. So let's do this. Okay, let me go back to where I was at. Text box. So go back. Everything starts in insert. Like I said before, it all starts in insert. So we're going to go to insert. Then we're going to go way over here to the right. And then you'll see a text box. Now watch what happens. Now the thing is, what you got to remember is this. The text box is going to show up in the middle of your page, right? So, and you get to choose what type of text box you want. So if I click it, you want a simple text box, it's going to show up something like this. And again, if you put your mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. Austin quote, a pull quote with bold lines. Here has some type of formatting. Another one, another one, another one. I'm just going to do a basic um, text box. Now, so this is one we're going to do. I'm going to click it. Look what happened. The wording that's in there is just the wording that comes with the text box. You don't use it, obviously, and it's highlighted because it allows you to type. So because it's highlighted, all I need to do once I start typing, I'm just going to type the letter T. All of that moves away, right? And then look what comes up. And this one here is formatted the same way. So I can move this text box down. See, it's centered right now, up and down, but I want to move it right here. And then I'm just going to type in here this. Oops, you know what I need to do? Take the caps off. This is a text box, period. Now, you'll see the box. Once I click away, the box is here. You can eliminate the border if you want by going up to border. We won't get into that on this particular video, but that is just a way that you can use it, and you can manipulate these things as you much. Now, all these things you can move because the way you put it, watch what happens. You can move them. You can move them. Right now, I want to show you something that's pretty cool. See this particular pie chart? Watch if I move it up. See what happens? It's in front of the picture. Wow, what am I going to do? How am I going to? I don't want them to be in the front of the picture. I want to be a little bit behind it. Well, right click. Now select it, right click. Okay. What you want to do, format. Oh, we're in the wrong thing. I don't want to format the plot area. There we go. So now you got to right click. Don't click in the formatted area, which is where the pie chart is or where the data is. You want to click anywhere else inside there. Now look, you can either bring to the front now or send to the back. So I'm going to send it to the back. Let's see. Send to the back, send back. So let's send it back. Now look what happened. See how you can manipulate these things, and you can do that with any of those. So you still can grab it and move it. Watch what happens. See, now it's behind there, but there's no sense in putting it behind there because you still got to see it. That's just another formatting tool that you can use. Okay. So where are we at now? We just did our text box. What's the next on our agenda? Text wrapping. Now we just talked about text wrapping, and I showed you, right? Text wrapping, this option of your wraps around the selected object. Okay, notice when I format the image, the text will also move. That's what we just did. So I'm not going to go over that again. It was good that it was in there, but we want to go to our final thing, which is hyperlinks. Now this is a pretty cool feature, guys. I want to show you how it works. Let's open up our document again. Now, I love what I do. I love being an instructor. I love helping students learn. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do, and I love the organization that I work for. So what we're going to do is I am going to put a link to UMA's website right here. So let's pull up the website first, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So let's pull up the website. This is UMA's website student portal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this right here. I'm going to go what in the way that I highlighted it and scrolled across by holding down the left mouse button and let it go. Then I came back with it highlighted, right click, copy. Saw that? Okay. Now let's open up our document. Now that's all we need for there. So I want to put it right here, but I don't want to just put the link there, right? I want it to be kind of fancy. So we're going to go back to our insert. We're going to go over here to our link, which is our hyperlink. Now, if you click on this, you may or may not see a bunch of files. I have a bunch of files that I was working with. You can always just go down to the bottom and says insert link. So I'm going to insert the link. Now, this is what you're going to look for in here. It's an existing file or web page. So it is a web page, right? But what do you want it to say? I want it to say UMA's website, right? Website. Now, the next look in, we don't have to look anywhere because we're using a web page. So all I need to do now is put the web address down here in the address. So I right click paste, click OK. Look what happens. Boom. UMA's website right there. So, and if to test it, all you have to do is put your mouse over it. Don't even click anything. And then you'll see the little box that comes up. Control click to follow link. And that's how you follow that link. Okay. So guys, listen, we've done a lot today. Let me show you what we did. Let's go back to our hyperlinks. Let's do in summary of what we did today. Today we discussed the various features associated with the insert tab and the groups contained within. We also use this feature to insert an image, shapes, tables, charts, as well as hyperlinks and text wrapping. If you learned something from this video, please use it and refer to it as often as you need to. It was a pleasure doing it for you. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.